right, and welcome to the September 27th, 2021 meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit District Board. And with that, Tabitha, would you please call the roll?
I sure will. Director Budge?
I'm here.
Director Harris? Director Howell?
Here.
Director Hume? Director Jennings? Director Kennedy?
Here.
Director Natoli?
Here.
Director Chenier? Director Cerna?
Here.
Director Valenzuela?
Here.
And Chair Miller.
Here.
Okay, with that, we have a quorum at 87 votes, and this meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit District will be cablecast on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on Comcast, Consolidated Communications, and AT&T Uverse. Today's meeting will air on Wednesday, September 29th at 9 a.m. and Friday, October 1st at 2 p.m. on channel 14 and webcast at metro14live.saccounty.net. and is closed captioned. This meeting can also be viewed at youtube.com/Metro Cable 14. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabitha. And if you'd all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice.
for all.
Okay, we're ready for the first item.
Okay, the first item, we have the consent calendar, items 2.1 to 2.6, and we do not have any public comment.
Okay, any directors have any questions or wish to pull an item? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Budge, second by Hal. I'd love to do all those in favor, but we need to call the roll.
Okay, Director Budge
Yes.
and Director Harris. Absent. Director Howell
Yes.
and Director Hume is absent. Director Jennings is absent. Director Kennedy.
Aye.
Director Natoli.
Aye.
Director Chenier is absent. Director Cerna.
Aye.
Director Valenzuela.
Yes.
And Chair Miller.
Aye.
And with that, the consent calendar passes at 87 votes.
All right. Next item, please.
The next item is public addresses the board on matters not on the agenda, and we do not have any public comment.
Okay, well then we can move on to the general manager's report.
That's, yep, 8.1 General Manager's Report.
Henry, unmute.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Good evening, Chair Miller, members of the board and the public. To begin my remarks, let me acknowledge an item the board just approved. For the month of October, SacRT's North Sacramento, the Natomas-North Ride Zone service will be fare-free for customers from home. I would like to thank the Thomas Jive Executive Director, Becky Hayaki, for sponsoring this initiative as part of Clean Air Month in October. I hope everyone live or working in the Smart Ride Zone will take advantage of this tremendous offer. Next, I want to share a few facilities related updates. A few weeks ago, our facilities team finished wrapping up the last of the instrumental houses along the Folsom Boulevard Gold Mine corridor. As you can see, the ramps cover up the aging sides of the instrumental house and certainly improve the whole landscape along our
Here.
Of course, it is important to keep our right-of-way clean as well too. We have coordinated with the city and the county entities to clear illegal dumping. Last month alone, we cleared over 80 yards of debris along our track right-of-way, from Butterfield to Eggshell. And also want to let everyone know that the work has begun to replace and install a new west side elevator at the Watt I-80 library station. After we have operated the new east side elevator for a couple of months, this has been a tremendous undertaking to replace two library station elevators, because the elevators were custom built in the past. The installation is expected to take about 10 weeks following the demolition of the existing elevator, and SacRT will operate a special elevator shuttle bus to transport riders making connections by bus and the light rail system. And look for a bus that will have a shuttle displayed on the head sign. It will operate approximately every 30 minutes as needed. Then I would also like to congratulate the SacRT team on finalizing the installation of contactless fare payment devices aboard all of our light rail trains, not just the fare trains, all of our trains. SacRT partnered with Caltrans and the private sector companies to install touch-free fare payment technology, which will allow riders to tap a contactless credit card, debit card, or prepaid card, or contactless-enabled mobile or wearable devices like a smartwatch to pay fare when boarding light rail trains. SacRT is the first transit agency in California to introduce a contactless payment solution on light rail system as part of the California Integrated Travel Project Caltrans initiative to facilitate easy and accessible travel planning and payment across the state. So if this initiative implemented statewide, we only need one payment card or touchless card or credit card, whatever, to travel throughout the entire state or cities without changing your payment. That is exciting, certainly. So onto a state update. The governor is currently reviewing 100 plus of bills before the October 10th deadlines. We were notified on Friday that Assemblymember Cooley sponsored legislation AB 1196, which is to simplify SacRT's voting structure, has been signed into law by the governor last Friday and will be effective in January 2022, next year. 4 months from now on, or less than 4 months. Most transit districts in California have a 1-to-1 voting structure, and this change would bring us in line with our peers. The simplified voting structure will help maintain regional geographic equity as we improve mobility throughout the county. Thanks to Assembly Member Cooley and Chair Miller for working together to make this happen so effectively. As you know, 2 years ago, we tried and we failed. Then, in ADA paratransit news, earlier this month, SacRT launched the SacRT Go paratransit app, which provides an additional option for customers to manage their paratransit service. The free SacRT Go Paratransit app is available in the App Store and the Google Play. The app allows the user to request a ride, manage their trips, view the trip details, and get real-time updates about scheduled rides, all from the convenience of a smartphone. We're proud of how we have operated the service since bringing it in-house. Last survey showed more than 96% of satisfaction rate. And we believe this app will further improve customer satisfaction. Certainly, in the recent 2 months, we had a little bit issue because of the shortage of manpower. And last Friday, we had the most important shortage of manpower as we try to implement the weekly mandatory testing. And we face some resistance. And also, across the country, the manpower shortage is an issue, and that certainly affects us too. So then I want to talk about ride-free algorithm a little bit. With the beginning of the school year upon us, I would like to remind everyone that SacRT continues to offer free rides for use in grades K through 12 through our ride-free RT program. And I would like to thank directors from the city of Sacramento for championing this program. And last week, the Sacramento City Council approved funding to support the 3rd year of the program, where the first, or likely we're the only transit agency in the country offer free rides for students entire system-wide. We're already seeing great usage in the program. In August, our bus ridership was up over last August 2020. Our bus ridership was up 45%, primarily driven by student riders because of school openings. That is tremendous good news for us. And with the annexation of Elgrove, we have now extended our ride-free RT program to transit lines serving the city. We received an email from an Elgrove mother who was very pleased with the service, and I would like to share that with you. You can see from the screen the email content itself. You can say this program is one of the best initiatives the city has carried out, and they did not use the bus before because of the wait time and cost. So the inconvenience outweighs the benefit. But this new program, free for students, low-cost approach for kids, make it a no-brainer. And they are taking the bus to and from school each day, 2 miles each way, hoping on bus confidently and learning they can use RT safely, which is super important for teens. I hope the program continues. Thanks, Julia Grace. Last couple weeks ago, we had a chance to talk to the board of ION Sacramento, and they raised the issue about how safe we are. I shared the news with them, and we're very safe. And the APTA's 2 years consecutively award to us the Safety Gold Award. It's kind of like a testament to our system safety. The entire board of ION Sacramento plans to ride our system for about 4 hours in the middle or later part of October, and our vice chair was graciously offered to be the ride along guide, and the staff will now participate in the ride to ensure that the neutral position. So the next topic is about the Sacramento Transportation Authority's polling result for the potential transportation sales tax for next year. STA presented the polling result last 2 weeks ago. Based on the polling, very much kind of stayed the same as what did last 2 years ago, 2019, 2020, the polling results. And however, there are some great sense worth noting. Let me just highlight a few. First and foremost, SacRT remains the most trustworthy government entity among all entities that would receive funding. In fact, our trustworthiness improved by 5% since the 2019 poll. Additionally, the poll showed that concerns about air quality and climate change have risen by 15% since 2019 survey. With the prolonged drought and devastating fires, Californians understand that we need to act quickly and boldly. The transportation sector accounts for over 50% of our region's greenhouse gas emissions, and we know if we invest in transit, we can make significant progress towards cleaning our air. So we are, if not the most effective, or among the most effective solutions, transit to improve the air quality and certainly congestion too. The poll also found highest support for senior and disabled transportation and safe routes to schools, a group that utilizes transit at higher percentages, school and disabled transportation. As you know, with SacRT now providing all ADA and non-ADA service with SacRT Go program and the Smart Ride and regular transit lines serving hundreds of thousands of seniors and students, the community is looking upon us to continue to provide excellent service for them in the future. And finally, one of the most telling statistics in the poll is that respondents indicate that when the pandemic is over, they show low hesitation about returning to transit. In fact, those indicating they plan to ride transit increased by 2% for light rail and 3% for bus over the 2019 survey. But STA has decided not to sponsor a measure on the 2022 ballot because the approval rating is just 59%, about 7 points from the 2/3 threshold. So the need for additional local funding to meet our mobility, climate, and equity goals at this time still remains very strong. But compared to our peers, we emphasized in the past, our region's transit investment is 3, 4, 5 times lower than our peers in the West Coast or in the state of California, compared to Bay Area, compared to others. And we really need to continue to think about the new way to more local investment. And so we have to continue to seek other opportunities. There are some potential hopes. The region will continue a measure in 2022 ballot. We can talk about those in details in the future. To conclude my remarks, I would like just to provide a brief update on the City of Sacramento's homeless master plan. We have been diligently working with the City of Sacramento regarding parameters of a temporary safe parking location at our Roseville and Franklin library stations. Understanding the need for additional community outreach and to fully comply with board, directives. When we talk about our last board meeting, SacRT, along with city staff, will be meeting with the Watt pivot next week, and the second meeting with community groups and neighborhood associations in the following week, after we had the first meeting next week. We anticipate the parameters around the safe parking proposal will come back to the board soon. This very much concludes my remarks. I would love to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions from board members? Henry,
Chair,
report.
Mr. Chair,
Oh, go ahead,
Mr. Chair.
Dr. Budge.
I don't have a question. I just want to highlight and to thank Henry, because the first couple of slides that he showed are so important here in Metro Cordova. The concept of wrapping, for those of us who have light rail kind of running through the middle of town, the concept of wrapping these instrument houses has been really important to our movement to change the appearance of Folsom Boulevard. When we, if you go back to the 90s, Folsom Boulevard was 5 lanes of concrete and that was it. And I know that most of the people probably on this call don't drive Folsom Boulevard very often, but we started with one of the big electrical boxes at Watt Avenue under Dr. Beverly Scott, and we asked her if it could be painted. And this was really the beginning of people wrapping things, but we asked her if it could be painted in the brick pattern that's called Railroad Bond. It's historic. In Sacramento, the city, City College and the railroad station use these same bricks, and they came from Mr. Muddock's brick factory down on Bradshaw. So they created a wrap to go around this electrical station, and then they put wrought iron fencing around it instead of chain link. So when we incorporated, we asked Mike Wiley if he would do the same thing to all of the electrical boxes at every intersection on Folsom Boulevard. And they started with a couple of pilots. So what the couple that Henry is talking about now are actually those original pilot houses that lasted probably 15 years, and then they faded so badly they needed to be replaced. So now all of the instrument houses and the electrical stations from Bradshaw to basically Hazel Avenue look the same. And Regional San was even kind enough to wrap one of their funny little instruments, something or others, at one of our intersections. So it just, when you consider the investment that we've made, I know that several years ago the investment was 32 million, and I think today it's in the neighborhood of 50 million. It's really helped with the appearance of Folsom Boulevard. So we truly want to thank Henry for finishing out that project. And so it's probably important that we mention that, because we are also blessed, like some of the other jurisdictions, with a maintenance contract with regional transit. The trash, those tons and tons and tons of trash that was picked up were basically west of Watt Avenue, because the contract that we have enables us to manage the corridor between Bradshaw and, again, Hazel. So we want to thank Henry for finishing up the project. This is great. We're all loving it.
Teamwork.
And, any other questions or comments?
Quick question, Henry. The equipment that was replaced on Folsom Boulevard in Folsom, was that wrapped? I guess I haven't been on that section of Folsom Boulevard in a while.
But because that is much better condition. If
it's brand new because it was replaced.
Yeah. If it's needed, we will try to wrap it up. Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious. I don't drive on that particular section of Folsom Boulevard very often, and Folsom Boulevard in Folsom is very different from Folsom Boulevard in Rancho. So I'm happy that Rancho is so happy with the improvement, but it's, you know, it's a different universe. And I don't know that we have an agreement with RT in Folsom because the tracks are right next to the bike trail that I know the city maintains. So
Yeah. The primary issue around that corridor is the illegal dumping or the debris. There's so many debris every, a while. And just a couple months ago, we cleaned up like 40 yards of the debris. Then last couple weeks, we cleared up about like 80.
no, that's really good work. I'm just happy that we didn't have to do it in Folsom as well.
All right. I did notice there's minutes in there, or at least a summary of the Capitol Quarter meeting from September 15th. I'd like to thank Director Harris and Vice Chair Kennedy for covering that for Regional Transit.
And for me too, thanks.
Yeah, Carrie, are you going to be able to make those, or should we make a permanent change?
I have no problem if somebody's willing to take that over as a permanent situation. It's just with my new work schedule, it makes it difficult for me.
I understand, and Jeff's been Harris has been on the spot, so I'll go ahead and appoint him to the Capitol Corridor, and I'll continue doing it too.
Okay, so and Jeff's not on the call tonight, right?
No, so I'll have
Oh,
to.
so there you go. That's what happens when you miss a meeting.
Exactly. Could someone call him in the morning?
Thank you, Jeff.
This is Olga. We can put it on the agenda for the next time so that it's agendized.
Yeah, I didn't know if it took a vote or anything like that. I thought it was just an appointment, but good point.
I think it has just been an appointment in the past.
It's been agendized and then the chair appoints.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that. I think we got a meeting before the next Capitol Corridor, so we're safe. Thank you, Olga. And Henry, is there anything else under the General Manager's report?
No.
If not, Tabitha, let's move on to the next item.
We have reports, ideas, and questions from directors, if any.
Any? I'm seeing shaking heads. Well, if there's no, is there any other business for us to conduct, Tabitha?
I think that's it for tonight.
All right, then we're adjourned.
So the next meeting, Steve, the next meeting is not until the end of October.
October 25th.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
We might have, City of Sacramento has been urging us to put the homeless item in this board meeting. And because there are lots of stuff we have not discussed thoroughly, so they might ask us to do a special board meeting for the next board meeting. And we will look at the schedule to say what that looks like. And in the meantime, November board meeting, we might cancel that board meeting because of holiday month, and next 3 board meetings except the homeless safe ground issue, and we don't have much controversial agenda items. So just wanted to share some thought with you.
Okay. Well, thank you. And now I will officially close the meeting. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.